another video today. What's going on, guys? As you can see by the title, sorry if I'm a little, I just woke up. But as you can see by the title says Best Weapons in Call of Duty History. So what I have done personally is that I picked the weapons that I feel were the best in separate games in Call of Duty. So it starts at COD 4. I think that COD 3 and Call of Duty, yeah, were good games. I love those kind of games. You know, I love playing them till this day. But most of the games were most of the guns in those games were pretty balanced, and nothing was really over the top. Once COD 4 started Modern Warfare, this is when you started seeing guns that were really OP and, you know, were just really crazy that people used, and you could really melt people with them. And they really never changed. I mean, to be honest with you, they didn't change from, let me fix my mic real quick, sorry about that. They never really changed from, you know, they didn't update it, they didn't buff them, they didn't nerf them. You know, they didn't do any of that. I mean, they might have did it in the game, but the gun was still overpowered to most of the extent. I mean, that's the way that I feel. So here we go. I have the list brought up. We're going to start with COD 4. As you can see, the list that I have brought up here is the M4 carbine for COD 4. Now, arguably one of the best guns in COD 4 history, according to me. I feel like that's exactly what it was. You could use the iron sights on this. You can put sights on it. You know, it didn't really matter what you used. It was still just an overpowered weapon, really, to this day. So as we can see here, I have stats brought up. The accuracy for it is 9 and 12, which is, you know, I didn't go just by the stats. I went by what guns I thought were the best in the game, you know, for me personally. But most of all, they're the most OP weapons in you know, every Call of Duty. So as you can see, the accuracy right here is 9 and 12. The damage is 5 and 12. The damage is pretty low, but that accuracy makes up for that damage. It really does. Range is 9 and 12. That's a pretty good medium. You can hit long range kills if you have a grip on it. You could hit long range kills with this weapon. This weapon is very good at long range. Fire rate's 9 and 12. A little bit of a fast of a fire rate. You don't want to put, you know, you don't want to, well, in COD 4 you couldn't adjust the fire rate, you know, but if you could, you wouldn't want to do it because it would kick way too much. Mobile, 8 out of 12. Mobility is pretty much like how fast you can move with the weapon. You can sprint pretty fast with this thing. Clip size would be anywhere from 30 to 60, whether you had extended mags or normal mags. That's a pretty good clip size. 30 is a lot of bullets to this day, because, you know, all the guns nowadays, like you know, Black Ops 3, most of them, you know, their clip is even smaller than 30. Almost all the clips, unless it's a light machine gun, or unless it's, you know, certain weapons have 32. But you're seeing a lot of weapons with like 25 and stuff like that. So it's kind of you know, weird that they took that much ammo out of a gun. I mean, not much. It's only like 4 or 5, you know, 5 rounds, but it makes a big difference when you're doing gunfights. So recoil, it is very low recoil. It does not kick that much. It already has if you attach a grip to it, if you attach a grip to it, there is literally no kick to it at all. There is very low kick without a grip, but when you put a grip on it, the kick it just goes away. So what else do we have here? Reload time is 2.13 seconds, and if it's empty, it takes a 0.30 seconds longer. Damage is 20 to 30. Range is 1500 to 2000. Okay, fire rate's 850 RPMs per second per single person, and then it's a large caliber bullet. So I feel that this gun was a very overpowered weapon. When you put a red dot on it, you could really go off. You know, the red dot lets you go, aim down sights really well. They had an ACOG sight. I'm not a really big fan of the ACOG sight because in COD 4, it just kind of made the sight look weird, and when you shot, it seemed like it kicked way too much. It zoomed in too much. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next weapon. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and we're going to Modern Warfare 2. As you can see right here, Modern Warfare 2 assault rifles, I picked the best one that I thought was good. Most people will argue with me, you know what, Collector, why didn't you pick the AK? Now, I believe that the AK was a very, very good weapon in MW2, okay? And probably one of the best weapons in MW2. But personally, for me, the best weapon that I felt would be the ACR. The only reason is because the accuracy on the AK is drastically reduced because the accuracy is not as good. If you guys have played with the AK on MW2 or Modern Warfare 2, it does kick a crazy amount. I mean, the iron sights just jump all over the place. So the reason that I picked the ICR is, yes, it has less damage than the AK, but the accuracy is top notch. I mean, think about it. If somebody's coming and spraying at you with an AK or trying to get in your line of sights with the AK, they have to hit you less, yes. But if you're hitting your accuracy better with less damage, you're hitting more bullets at them. So it's going to take more bullets for you to take them out, but they're going to miss more than you are. You're going to be on target a lot more because of the accuracy. And if they miss 3 or 4 bullets and you have to put 3 or 4 extra bullets into them, you know, there it is. You know, every single bullet's landing, none of the bullets are missing. So, you know, that's why I picked the ICR for the Modern Warfare 2 series. As we go on to Black Ops, one of my favorite weapons of all time was the Commando. Everybody asks me or says, Collector, you know, there was a lot of good guns in Black Ops. What about the Galil? You know, what about the AK? You know, what about all those different weapons? Yes, you know what? Galil was an amazing weapon. Okay, I love the Galil. I had fun with the Galil. AK was an amazing weapon too. The fire rate and everything, or not the fire rate, just the, you know, the damage. As AK progressed through the Call of Duties, the damage is literally stayed the same. You know, no, they haven't nerfed it. They haven't made it to where it's less powerful. It stayed the same. So I mean, AK throughout the whole series, if you had to pick one gun, okay, to be good throughout the whole series, I would say the AK. If it's in the newer games, there's not a lot of AKs. There's variations of AKs, but you know, AK is probably one of the most dominant and well-known weapons in the Call of Duty history. As you can see right here, shots to kill close range is only 3 bullets, far range is only 4 bullets, rate of fire is 750, time between shots is a .08, time to kill close range is 0.24, 0.32 for far away, mag size normal is 30, extended is 45. That seems a little small for extended, but that's what we're getting nowadays for Black Ops 3. So reloading time normal is 2.5. 2.05, empty is 2.55. So, arguably one of the best guns in my case in Black Ops history, besides the AK, like I said. So, let's go ahead and go on to MW3. As I look through the list here, I wanted to pick the ACR again, 6.8, because I mean, everybody's going to argue with me that the AK is better than the ACR. But if you look here, the AK has about almost the same damage, maybe a little bit less, but the accuracy is literally drastically reduced. I mean, for what you lose in damage, for the ACR, you pick up for an accuracy from if you're comparing the AK to the ACR. So I would pick the ACR again. To be honest with you, in MW3, if there was another weapon I would choose, arguably it would either be the SCAR or the G36. Those were 2 guns that I really like to use. The G36, the damage is a little bit low, but the accuracy is right up there with the ICR or the ACR. So you know, it's a hard decision for MW3, but I would say the top weapons of MW3 would be G36, the ACR, or the SCAR. But if I had to go with one, the ACR would be the one, boys. So let's go ahead and go on to Black Ops 2. As you can see, I have the guns brought up here. The best weapon, I believe, in Black Ops 2, and probably the best weapon of all time in Call of Duty history, like I said, is the AK, which is the variant is the AN-94 on Black Ops 2. If you guys play with this, you guys know this thing melts. Okay, this thing is crazy. It's the fire rate, the damage is the same. The accuracy is only down by 1. The range is insane, and you didn't even have to put you don't even have to put a red dot sight on this. The iron sights on this weapon, even though it kicked, it was still dead accurate. The iron sights were amazing. So arguably the best weapon in Black Ops is the AN-94, which is a variant of the AK. So let's go on and go on to Ghost. Now everybody says to me, you know, when I make this video, everybody was saying, you know, Ghost, you know, wasn't really a good game. Everybody, you know, the sales were down for it, like 20-some% in Call of Duty history from Black Ops 2. Well, that's because the game was transitioning from old last gen consoles to next gen consoles, which means better frame rate, better better images, better everything. So it was kind of hard for them to transition from old Call of Duty to new Call of Duty. From Black Ops 2 graphics to Advanced Warfare, you could tell the graphics changed drastically, and Ghost just got caught in the middle because they said, oh, we're going to make a game every year. So Ghost got caught in the middle, and it kind of, crashed and burned. But you know what? Ghost still had an OP weapon, a weapon that I used a lot, a weapon that I feel that they should remake because it was probably, arguably, one of the best high fire rate weapons in Call of Duty history. The best high rated caliber, I can't even talk, sorry about that. The best high rated fire weapon in Ghost would be the K7. As you can see, the fire rate is, oh my god, believable. Just crazy. Mobility is amazing, accuracy is good, damage not so well. It really competes for the Vepr. I use the Vepr more than the K7. The only reason is I didn't like the silencer. I wish you could take it off. The Vesper is probably a little bit better than the K7, or I used it more than the K7. It has almost the same stats, but the only reason I like the Vepr more is because there's no silencer. The weapon that I choose is not going to be the Vepr for Ghost. The weapon that I loved using the most was the MTAR. Most people would agree that the MTAR, the sights were nice and small. You can literally whip around corners, throw down your iron, or zoom into your iron sight, take out people like crazy. So I believe that the MTAR is probably one of my favorite weapons in Ghost history. As we go on to Advanced Warfare, most people say, Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty, they came back a little bit from Ghost. Yeah, they did. And we're going to talk about the most OP weapon in Advanced Warfare. Now, the most OP weapon I think in Advanced Warfare is the Bal-27. And most people say, well, you know what, after, they nerfed it and stuff like that, they could nerf this gun literally time and time and time and time again, and it would still be overpowered to this day, okay? Because every time I used a Bal after they nerfed it, okay, it's still shredded. You didn't need to put an iron sight on it, or you didn't need to put a red dot sight on it. The iron sights were golden, the kick it had medium kick to it, and, it just melted people. No matter what stage of Advanced Warfare was in, whether it was, early, when it first came out, whether it was mid, or when the game was dying when Black Ops 3 was about to be released. Bal was just automatically the most OP weapon in Advanced Warfare history. As we look, it has 9 damage, accuracy is 8, fire rate is 14, which is pretty fast, range is 10, which is good, handling is a 9, which pretty much keeps the iron sights from kicking and jumping all over the place, and mobility would be a 10. So, the last, I gotta look up the last weapon because I didn't do it for this video. The last weapon will be a Black Ops 3. Probably one of the best weapons in Black Ops 3 history for me would probably be the Vesper. It is very overpowered. It has a crazy amount of fire rate, and it's just a really good weapon overall. So let's go ahead and let me look up the Vesper and see if I can get Vesper BO3 stats. Okay, let's see here. Here it is, boys. Okay, so this is the Vesper. For Black Ops 3, this is arguably one of the best guns that I have used to date in Black Ops 3. Okay, as you can see, let me see if I can click this. This is what the Vesper looks like. It is very overpowered. You do not need to put a red dot sight on it. The iron sights are amazing. The only thing that you really need would be either grip. For right now, they haven't nerfed the Vesper yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to do it in the future. But if you put no grip on it, it still doesn't have that much kick. But I'm pretty sure once they nerf it, it's going to have kick. So grip is a necessity, and extended mags for this is a necessity too. Most people say extended mags and fast mags. The only thing that I don't like is that, if I have 42 bullets in a clip, I could take out at least 2 to 3 enemies with that clip before I have to reload. Okay? Rarely in a game will you be faced with a 5-on-1, as the whole team is converging on you at once. That's usually never going to happen. Very rare that does happen. Sometimes it does, like when you're the last man on the team and the whole enemy team's still alive, that might happen. They might converge on you, you might die. But if you're playing and your team's still there, you don't come up on 5 people that often unless they're all rushing together. Most of them split up on the enemy team. So, you know, if you get 2-3 kills, then you reload. There's not going to be really anybody there. Once you take out those 2 or 3 people, you can reload and put a new clip in without fast mags. I feel when you put fast mags on that you reload faster, yes, but if you don't have scavenger, you run out of bullets like that. I mean, it is amazing how fast you can run out of bullets with this weapon. So that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the information was helpful to you guys. Leave down in the comments which you guys think the best weapons are in Call of Duty history. Most people will argue it's the AK. I would say you're probably right, but since it's made so many comebacks, you know. But go ahead and put your ideas down in the description. Or down in the comments. I would really love to hear what you guys think the best weapon is in Call of Duty history. These ones were the ones that I thought were the best. You guys can put your suggestions down below. Make sure you leave a like for the video and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And you know what? YouTube, we'll catch you later.